Alright, here we are for round one. And this is an easy mulligan, and this is an easy keep. Alright, looks like potential mirror match, especially since my opponent's saying they're a big fan and that it's the mirror match, probably, from their perspective, which it happens to be. I don't always play Jeskai, come on. Come on now. Top. Alright, let's go ahead and pay the life to keep up spell Queller. I don't think it's necessary to do that, but especially since there's a good chance my opponent does nothing. Ooh, peek is good. Let's see what's up. Take a peek. Okay, logic knot. Ooh, okay, my opponent is definitely winning in terms of controlliness, which isn't necessarily a good thing for us. Although their hand, I don't know how good our hand is against that hand, but having two remands is good. At some point I probably just want to cast this spell Queller by itself, since it can't stop a big Secure the Race or Sphinx's Rev. Let's just do that now. So our opponent could secure for 3 with logic knot backup. But we're fine just waiting. Oh my god, think twice as well. I think we're gonna remand that. Since we do have Bedlam Reveler, it's not bad to cycle through. Some of our cards and get value off the Bedlam Reveler. So if I bolt, opponent can secure for 4 potentially. I think I still want to bolt. Secure for 4 with logic knot backup. This is interesting. All these X spells are messing up my spell Quellers and spell snares. Spell Queller doing a good job though, just beating for damage, for damages. So I could remand I think I'm just going to let that happen, though. It's not actually particularly threatening at the moment. Like, we're winning this race. Although our opponent does have Path, which they'll probably use on Spell Queller. But I don't think we can afford to fight over such a small secure. So I assume we're going to get Pathed, which we'll let happen. And now we're in a bit of a pickle. Because we don't have anything proactive that isn't Bedlam Reveler, which discards these 3 cards. And also we're out of lands. I should have sacked that one. Okay, Snapcaster's good. I mean, we have to do something here, otherwise we're going to lose to the Warriors, but it's very unlikely this is going to work out for us since we know our opponent has Sphinx's Revelation and Logic Knot, which basically beats what we have already. X is 7. So this can't counter this. I could try remanding my Snapcaster Mage, which I think I have to do, and pray my opponent just doesn't Revelation in response. If they play their own 2-drop counter that I can Spell Snare, then things would be okay. Things would look okay. Unfortunately, I can't use this. Okay. I think I need to Snapcaster here anyways, because I'm gonna need to Bedlam Reveler. At some point. Okay. So we could just fake out and not cast the bolt here. and just hope Bedlam Reveler finds us something good. So our opponent revs up to 11, but back down to 8, and then we could potentially find 2 burn spells off of Bedlam Reveler. I think that's probably our best bet. I think this is fine as well. Okay, Nahiri. So we could path a 1/1, Bedlam Reveler. Could also Nahiri first, but Nahiri isn't great here. Path makes it so our Reveler only costs 2. We're out of basics already, though. Okay. Alright, not bad. Definitely not unhappy with getting that. We're close to having lethal here. And we're close to being able to stop a big revelation. Okay, Bolt is huge. Now we can basically win with Spell Queller back up at any point in response to Revelation, I guess. Ghost Quarter is blocking our Colonnade. I don't think we can... we have to wait for our opponent to act first. Which is what they're doing, so I mean we should win here in response. Unless their last... their last 2 cards are very good, like Spell Snare and Remand. Is 3. I can pay for that. Although I can't spell quell it, interestingly enough. Whew, that was definitely a close game. Took some good draws at the end for us there. Alright, now things are going to get better for us, I would say. Do we want Crumble to Dust? It's not a good card. It's just a question of is it better than the other end options? Staticaster would be excellent against Secure the Wastes. Could just bring in explosives for that, or any other things, other surprises. And Path is also okay against Colonnade, but not great. And Helix is fine just for life gain or hitting face. Let's do one Path, one Helix, and not worry about the Crumble to Dust, since we have plenty of other good things we can drop on for. Alright, this hand is fine. On the draw, not great if we don't draw lands though. If we can hit our third land, we should be fine though. Which it looks like we're going to be able to do. Peak. Alright, I think I just ship both of those to the bottom because we really want to hit land drops. And are there any 3-drops? I mean, Geist is a consideration, but I think we're just gonna leave up Peak and Spell Snare and a spell, I guess. There's not too much threatening on 3 that isn't Geist. Alright, negate, Helix, Lighthouse, no red. So Clique looks great. Thing is, we don't really want to clique our opponent or ourselves. Maybe we just get rid of our second clique and protect this one to the win. So we can Spell Quell, a Helix. Basically, yeah, let's just do that. Unfortunately, our opponent not able to interact with a clique, which is not a good sign. Alright, CERN Visions. I think I'm just spell quelling that, honestly. Supreme Verdict would kind of be a bit of a blowout. But I mean, it's unlikely our opponent has Supreme Verdict. Red Source Helix would also be good, though. Okay, that's a good draw. Spell Queller doing some work. Alright, that's a painful red source. So we could drop something here, but I don't think we want to. We'll just let our opponent attempt to Helix now. Alright, so we need to make sure, ideally Revelation doesn't resolve as well. So negate, negate, helix, Sphinx's revelation. So we know our opponent's hand. So any sort of or wait, no, we know most of our opponent's hand. This helix is on the stack though, so there's one unknown card. So we could spell Quell this and then dispel a Sphinx's revelation next turn. But if our opponent has drawn something good, then that kind of messes us up. Like, we don't want to cast our negatable things at the moment. Alright. And it looks like cliquing ourselves turned out to be excellent, since if we had have hit another land, it would have been amazing. And the extra clique was not at all necessary. So yeah, since our opponent didn't draw like a path or something relevant, they're looking to be in a big bit of trouble. If they could trigger the chain of killing the first spell Queller though, then the game would be back on. Yeah, this seems like the play they have to make. Unfortunately, it just loses to dispel. Dispel that spell. Sad face from opponent. Winky face from me. Wait, I should do a winky sad face. Whatever. You should try Last Waffle Tapa build. It is really good right now. Yeah, it looked sweet. I'm liking the spell Quellers though, as well. Think Twice beats so many decks. Yeah, Think Twice. It's pretty sweet. GG's. Alright. On to round 2.